All right, y'all, let's talk ropes. First of all, before we get going, let me know in the comments section below if you've liked any of the videos in this series, if you've watched any of them, if you have any questions, because this is what we're going to create more content on, whether I make it or somebody else makes it. Put some comments in the sections below because we want to know how we can serve you the best. Now we're going to talk a little bit about ropes. So, you know, I've had a lot of comments and questions through my mentorship program. You know, do you use 3-strand? Do you use 4-strand? Do you use baby powder? Do you not use baby powder? Do you use grass ropes? Do you use poly ropes? What do you use? And so I'll give you a brief rundown on what I personally use, and then what I like to do, and then you can take it and mold it and modify it for what best fits your situation. So today we're in the practice pen. We are on our horse black label, and this rope that I've got tied on is just a tie down rope. It's a 4-strand 10-2-5 Willard. Okay. It's a poly rope. It's not a grass rope. So now if I'm going to make a bunch of practice pen runs, I'm using a poly rope. I'm not going to use my grass rope because I'm trying to get as many runs as I can without having to buy another rope. And so for me, I prefer 4-strand. Okay. I prefer 4-strand ropes. I think they're smoother. They're easier in my hand. I like the way they feel. Some of the old timers and old schoolers will use a 3-strand rope. They have less stretch. This rope, as a poly 4-strand, will stretch less than a 3-strand poly rope. So I like that. I don't like the boing effect on the end of the rope when I rope a calf. If my horse stops the way that they should and works the way that they should, then I don't want any stretch. Okay, because if that stretch happens at the end of the rope, that calf could end up over here, you could end up over there, you could end up roll falling. I want that calf to lay where I put him every time. And I can do that better with a 4-strand poly. I can do that better with a 4-strand grass. Now, a grass rope, the 3-stranders aren't going to have any stretch. But I like the feel of a 4-strand because it's smoother. Very few people use a 4-strand grass. I picked it up from Fred Whitfield many, many years ago, and I really liked it ever since. If we're talking about, you know, what kind of rope should you use? You need to use what feels good to you in the situation you're in. But what I'm looking for is consistency. I want a rope that feels similar in humid climate, in dry climate, in all kinds of climate. I don't want a rope that's shifting and changing and molding and doing all this stuff too much. All right, now my grass rope guys, yes, you've got to baby them. Yes, you've got to put a rag in your can. Yes, you have to do some stuff. But these other ropes, I want something that's consistent, something I can pull out of my can and I can go rope with. It's up to you to decide if you want a 3-strand or 4-strand, and it's also up to you to decide if you like powder or not. So much with ropes is personal preference. I want something that's consistent, something that the eye lands where I want it to do. If you're all the time having to do something specific to straighten your eye and do all this stuff, and it's happening between rope after rope after rope of the same brand, the same type, maybe you should try something different. I like consistency, and really for me, I like something that feels good to me, is consistent, allows me to do my job, and allows me to go win as much as possible.